How are you? Yes, so this morning I came online and then we discussed the game of immortality, money, the game of immortality, and I explained to you what exactly it means, using immortality as the farthest point that any man may want to reach. Immortality is the farthest that any man may want to reach. And I explained to you that people who play the game of immortality always found themselves to be more wealthy, much more wealthy than people who just point out to go be wealthy. Peter, bless you. Welcome. Good to have you. Good to have you. All right. And then we discussed this like severally. We discussed it. And then tonight I want to tell you about joy. And and then when I was meditating about it, I got some beautiful things coming to my mind, and I'm very, very much excited to share. Peter, well done. Good to have you. Really nice to have you. Okay. Now, Sam Harvard, are you done with the family call? When you're done, let's go out too. Let's go out when you're done. Let me finish this live first. Okay. So, I always say that the universe is always sending you coded messages. And then it is like things that you hear every day, but people maybe stop paying attention. And that you can't be like everybody else. You can't be like the majority. You have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. It's very, very important that you pay attention. Okay? Good. Now, have you ever heard when they say, leave them, get joy? They don't get joy. Have you ever heard that? What do people mean when they say, leave them, get joy? Share those ones. They don't get joy. Oh. They don't get joy. They don't get joy. What do you think they're trying to say? What do you think people mean when they say things like, she's a killjoy, he's a killjoy, it's a killjoy? No, don't worry, don't mind them. They are killjoys. What does it mean when you say something is killing joy? What does it mean? What does it mean when you say something is killing joy? What does it mean when you say something is killing joy? Now, keep those things that I've said, keep them in mind. I want to show you something else. Okay, so you have, I'm sure you've seen a generator before, used a generator before. You probably have a generator in your house. And usually what happens is that once you need the generator on, you go and jump start the generator. You go and pull the generator. Okay? So the generator already has everything that the generator needs to work. But the generator will not start working. Tell me, Angela, you're welcome. The generator will not start working until you go to jump start it. So even a full functioning generator needs to be jump started. The same thing applies with your car. For example, you can have a very fine car. It could even be keyless, okay? Which means that you can just press a button, and then some cars have just a tap, just a button, even on a dashboard that is touch screen. So you just tap the on button on the dashboard, and then the engine starts. But point is, there always has to be what you call jump starting. Something has to kickstart something. So if you are, for example, a generator, joy would be the thing that kickstarts you. And I'm going to explain to you. You're going to understand it, because it's very critical that you get it. So I'm going to break it down in such a way that you understand it. So assume that you are a person and you have everything that you need in life to succeed. Okay? So joy is how you kickstart yourself. Joy is how you kickstart yourself. There is no other thing that kickstarts a person as much as joy. And I'll show you now, because I need you to get it. I need you to get it. Now, when something happens to you, let's assume that you face a challenge. Okay? Maybe, I don't know, let me see. Maybe you are going out in the morning and then somebody now stole your phone. Maybe a pickpocket picked your phone. Okay? Picked your phone. Now, where you're going, you know where you're going. You don't need your phone to get to where you're going. For example, you know where you're going. What you need to get to where you're going is a car. Okay? And you can always get inside your car and drive to where you are going. So you don't actually need your phone to go to where you're going. And when you get to where you're going, they know you where you're going because you already booked an appointment. You can simply mention your name. So you have access when you get to where you're going. And then you can, if you are going there to go and do a presentation, the presentation is on your dashboard. On your flash drive or something. So you also don't need your phone for the presentation. Which means that without the phone, you can still function for that thing that is important for you to do that day. The only thing that you cannot do that day is that you may not be able to reach your loved ones immediately. Which, for example, is not even difficult because you can simply, get to your office or somewhere and then use somebody's phone to call your wife to say, okay, so I lost my phone or something like that. I'm going somewhere, so please just pay attention, all right? Now, when somebody steals your phone, for example, you are still able to do everything that you didn't need the phone to do. But this is what happens to an average person. Let me show you what happens to an average person. What happens to an average person is that when something bad happens to them, like their phone being stolen, what you will see that happens to most people is that most people shut down. Why? Because the loss of their phone makes them unhappy. The loss of their phone makes them unhappy. And so sometimes people are unable to function because of the absence of joy. So it means that if there is nothing to jumpstart you, you may have all the prerequisites for success and you still don't succeed because it takes joy to get started. You may use commitment and use several other things to go on, but it takes joy to get started. Now, people who will finish are the people who will start. Who have started. People who will do well are the people who start. People who will make a lot of money are the people who start. People who will get on the journey and get fame and worldwide acclaim are the people who start. The person who will get to the top of Mount Everest is the person who starts. Which means that more than 90% of the time, starting is how you win. Okay? Starting is how you win. You can have everything that it takes, but if you do not start, it makes no difference. In fact, if you do not start, you are not better than the person who has no ability or aptitude for that thing. So why you need joy is that the way it is designed, the way the world system is designed in such a way that it is supposed to rid you of all your joy. Sorry, hold on 1 minute. Okay, you're good. All right. Now it is supposed to rid you of your jump-starting power. Okay? That's what it's supposed to do to you. And you don't want that to happen to you. What you want is that you want to make sure that at every point in time when life pushes you down, you are able to get up. Because trust me, life will always push you. Life always push you. Life always wants to knock you down. Sometimes it could knock you down. It is joy that makes sure that life does not knock you out. So there is a difference between down and out. You can be down, but if you stay down long enough, that means you are out. So how do you jump start? Joy. Joy is how you jumpstart. Now, it may sound very vague to you, but I'm telling you, one of the things that you can do for yourself, in this life, if you want to succeed, is to have joy. Have plenty of joy. There is nobody that does not like a joyful person. There is nobody that does not like joy. In fact, the way it works is that everybody understands that life is always trying, circumstances are always trying to steal joy. Circumstances are always trying to steal your joy. So if you find somebody whose joy is not stolen, that person is rich. Because that person will attract help. That person will attract all kinds of people. That person will attract support. That person will attract friends. That person will attract. It's easier to believe in somebody that has joy than somebody that is depressed. There is no way. If you have two fashion designers in front of you and you say, oh, this is my page. Look at what I did. And you see somebody say, see what I did. And you saw their page and like, both of them have the same level of, dexterity or expertise, as you may call it. And then you now decide, oh, all right, so now that I've seen you people Instagram pages, people have the same level of skill. But you look at this one person, this person looks depressed. And you look at this one person, this person looks happy. What do you think you're going to give the job to? What do you think? They don't say, I don't like this one. Why is this one doing like this? That's what you're going to say. And the person who looks like this person has joy is the one that you naturally want to go for. And it is not just you. That's how everybody thinks. Because you see, people who have baggages and people who have challenges. Baggages and challenges everywhere. And what usually happens is that when people do life, they go about life with their baggage. They are not looking for the next person who is going to add baggage to their baggage. People have things to offer you. Do you understand? People have a lot of things to offer you. But while they are trying to offer you what they have, they don't want to be bombarded with your own problems. Now, joy is how you tell people, look, I am handling my affairs well. I'm handling my affairs well enough for me to be your friend that will not put crazy or impossible demand on your own strength. Because I understand that you also have issues that you are battling with. So I have my issues under check. In fact, I am doing really good. So will you be my friend? And the person is likely to say yes. But if you do not have joy, what people perceive is that this one is dying. And if I join this person, it's going to pull me down as well. Have you seen anybody that is saying, I'm looking for extra weight to carry? No, nobody is looking for extra weight to carry. That is why when you see people who are depressed, and one of the ways that you know a person is depressed, even when you are doing cartoon or you are doing character, one of the things that you see with the posture of somebody that is depressed, that somebody that is depressed is bent over. Does that not strike you? Whereas somebody who has joy is erect, not just only erect, also jumpy, as per jumping off the ground. That kind of thing, like you are walking, it's like you are bouncing. It's like you are bouncing. It's because one is underweight, the other one is not underweight. Whereas it has nothing to do with the amount of challenges. Two people can have the same amount of challenges. One is depressed and the other is not depressed. Why? Because one has joy and the other one does not have joy. And the one that does not have joy will fail at attracting help. And the one that has joy will attract help much more easily. And so if you want to get out of a terrible situation fast, what you need to do is to have joy. That's how you get out. So if life gives you challenges and you want to get out of your challenges fast, how you do that is to have joy, because joy allows you to kickstart or jumpstart so that you can move up or move out. So that even if you are knocked down, you're not knocked out. Because one of the things that you can rest assured that will happen in life is that you will have challenges. You will have a lot of challenges. There is no way. The more successful that you want to become, the more the challenges that you would have. So what are you going to do about it? You are going to have joy. That's what you are going to do about it. You are going to have joy. That's what you are going to do about it. There is nothing else for you to do about it. You can't stop life from throwing challenges at you. Impossible. Nobody has done that. In fact, if you're a Christian, you've been told that you are going to see challenges. They even warned you. They even put a disclaimer and say, this life that you're about to enter, now you go see, your eyes go see when. You know, that kind of a thing. So, it is important that you have joy. It is important that you have joy. There is no two ways about it. Once you have joy, life will not be able to knock you out. Okay? And the good thing about life is that if it knocks you down and you keep getting up, it leaves you alone. I say, look, this one is a waste of time. If I knock this one down, we'll get up. Let me go look for people that I can knock down and then they'll be out. And then you get left alone, actually. And it looks as if everything just happening for you. Looks like you're just happy, like you're just you are just superb, like you just don't have problems. Like, guy, say everything else is set for you. Say everything is set. Do you know everything is setting for you? Because of joy. Now, I remember that there was this particular video that used to go around on social media a while ago about a line of people fishing, and then this guy comes in, and then got there, and then just threw his own hook, and then just caught the fish immediately, and then he danced off, and everybody started dancing. It may look like cartoon to you. If you have seen that cartoon before, the universe just sent you a message. Say, guy, you guys get joy. You guys get joy. How do you know you have joy? How do you know you have joy? How do you cultivate joy? Because, okay, so Doc, if you're saying have joy, okay, so how do I know I have joy? The way you know you have joy is that you are happy for other people's success. One. Secondly, you understand that your own challenges are never permanent. That your challenges are always temporary. Number three, that it does not matter what you are going through, you still have something that you can offer other people. Four, that thing that you can offer other people, you are actively offering it. So you have something to give and you are giving. You are giving that thing. That is how you know you have joy. And how do you get joy? You do all of those four things. You do all of those four things. You make sure that if something happens around that is good, you tell yourself, oh wow, that's nice. You call your friend who is doing well and say, guy, as just as well as it's just they make me happy. That's joy. And then when you are going to stuff, you just laugh and say, this one self go pass. You don't see this life. That's so it be. That's so they be sometimes. No lady, we still day. We move. You move. That's how you know you have joy. Third way you know you have joy, or third way to have joy, is that you identify the things that you can do for other people. No matter what you're going through, there has to be certain things that you can do for other people. You have to do it. You have to do it. At some point in my life, I called all the people that I know that was owing me. 1.2 million, 500k, this, that, 100k. I just called up them. Hello, Alpha, that money, forget them, I don't give you. Hello, Alpha, that money, forget them, I don't give you. Hello, Alpha, that money, forget them, I don't give you. Hello, Alpha. Because I just thought that maybe they are thinking, this money now, how will I pay this money back? But if I call them and say you can have the money, I lift a very huge burden off their neck. It doesn't matter. At that time, I didn't even have plenty of money myself, But when I did that, I felt lighter, and I saw clearer, I saw better, and I achieved better. So you want to make sure that you do that. You want to make sure that you cultivate enough joy. As long as you cultivate enough joy, if life knocks you down, you jump start, you quick start, you're up again. What's the task for today? Task for today, list out 4 ways with names and places and things with which you will cultivate joy. 4 ways by which you will cultivate joy with names, places, and specifics. Thank you very much. I'm rooting for you. I remain Ayo. I'm particularly interested in your success, and I know that you will do well. I know that you do well. I know that you do well. Right here in my face. You will do well. You will do really well. Thank you very much. I love you. Bye.